this down. There we go. Okay, what am I drawing today? I know. There it is. Hello. Welcome everyone. Just debating what I feel like working on tonight. We'll do this. Hope everyone's doing alright. That's the one I want to work on. Okay. Gonna be a chill stream tonight. I mean, most of them are chill. Yep. Alright. I'm gonna remake this character. I have a better idea for her. Or not even a character, it's a card. And you know what? Let me get this guy so I can try to be consistent. Where are you? Oops, wrong folder. Forces, artwork. I still need to make the actual card for this. There we go. Try to be more consistent with this. Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, tomorrow I try to do a more earlier time. See if that works out for anybody. Kinda testing the waters this week. I'm also going to be trying to work on other things. But for now, figured I'd be a little bit productive with something other than comics for tonight. Besides, I can't work on iHat, at least not on Twitch. But I'm gonna slow. I don't know. Like I want to use Twitch, but it has its issues. Then I'm just kind of like, I'd rather sacrifice it for the more convenience of the other two sites. But we'll see what I want to do. Play some chill Sonic music. Um, for Emerald, it's more of a hint towards other things. For Marcy, it was more just literally like that was her first time, but for Emerald, it is also her first time, but like the reasons behind that is what makes it interesting. Not that she's just a virgin, but like there's more to it if you go off of what she's been saying and then what the reality is. But yeah, I was wondering when someone would pay attention to that. Yay, ads. Yay. Yeah, exactly. If she's supposed to be broken in, then... Hold on. I'll wait. Welcome back. But yeah, that's the point. That's the thing I want you to think about. If she's supposed to be broken in, then why is that a thing? Yeah, I remember hearing about Eternal Champions having more games. But yeah, if Emerald's supposed to be broken in, then why is that a thing? For her to have the blood part. Just something for you guys to think about. So far, nobody's noticed the Easter egg I put into the Harley Quinn artwork. So that's been fun. Godzilla and King Kong. I like the little comics people have been dubbing over, where King Kong's trying to act like he's all big and tough, and then Godzilla is like still all pissy about him, but then he doesn't want to upset Mothra because Mothra is his girlfriend. And I was like, oh. And like Godzilla babysits Mothra's like nieces, and it's super cute. And like Mothra knows that her nieces are a handful, so she appreciates Godzilla's efforts to keep everything in line. Alright, how do I want to go about this? Bring this up a little bit. But yeah, as iHat continues, you'll start figuring stuff out. Probably don't need that part. Yeah, well, hopefully she doesn't lean into that. I'm sure Blake would care about Easter to a degree. She'd just find it funny. Probably cover herself in chocolate for her husband. Should be like, you're gonna lick every last bit of this off. And he's gonna be like, yes, ma'am. Yeah. I have no idea if I'm gonna be busy on Sunday, because I might be dressing up as the rabbit again for Easter. But I don't know if the people that want me to do that are gonna go through with it or not. From what I hear, they are finicky. If not, that's fine. Not a big deal. Oh yeah, definitely. Should be like, all right, which ones have the booze in it? Turning them into Mega Man bosses at this point. Why? Because they're animals wearing armor? Damn. Oh yeah, I've been doing that for all of them. And it's mostly because let me go show the original real quick. Because in the original set, we had the Ace of Spades, and that's supposed to be based off of Jolly. So when I did his artwork, let me grab it. When I did his artwork, it's like a decent difference between the two. Like, it leaned into that, so I just kind of stuck with the whole animal thing. But I wanted it to be less organic in terms of like having the fuzz everywhere, because I want to be less like physically related to Jolly and just more of like, okay, that's the whole rabbit motif thing. So it still has like the scarf that Jolly wears and all that. So that's why I'm doing such a big difference between them now. This way, I guess. So, might as well just go for the full animal roster. Debating on if Jack will be the same or if he'll be human. Or more mecha or something, I don't know. Yay, hug. But yeah, like, I'll still make Queen a blonde. So far, there's only been like one character that I actually leaned closer into the whole Mega Man thing, and that was Venus. Because I definitely referenced Mega Man stuff with her. Yeah, like, wasn't it X4 that was supposed to be the ending? Or no, maybe it was X5. I think it was X5 that was supposed to be the ending, but then they just kept going for some reason. Yeah, I figured. Because X5 was when both of them were supposed to die. X and Zero. It was fucked up too. I remember seeing that ending. I was like, oh shit. Like, at that point, I think they should have just leaned in harder on Battle Network. Kazooie plus time traveling turkey from Aqua Teen. Thousands of years ago, yesterday. And that is where babies come from, for machines. Yeah, in Mega Man Zero, that was like its own like crazy bullshit going on, which was awesome. And then ZX was technically a continuation of that, but it's like their remains being used as like armor forms and stuff, but they're all like sentient still. Or sentient still. At least to a degree. And like Omega Zero, or Omega was still a secret boss in that game. It was kind of cool though, because if you, in the original version, if you had save data from the Zero games, it would unlock bosses for you to fight. But you had to have the save data. Yeah, Omega was Zero's original body. I kind of wish they could have kept it as like the actual Zero body from the X games, but they came up with like whatever reasons to use the same sprite as Zero. I think it was just saying like, oh, we found this body and then we upgraded it, but it was like kind of a cop out. I was like, man, they should have made it his actual original body. But still an interesting idea for where they went with it. It's like I was thinking the words and it just didn't come out the way I wanted to say it. Anyway, but yeah, I like the Zero games. And then Battle Network was good. I don't know why they decided to try to go a different route with Star Force. Star Force was alright. Like, I didn't dislike the games. I actually had fun playing them, but it just didn't hit the same as Battle Network. The music for ZX was really good though. I enjoyed that. Yeah, they are supposed to. Well, yeah, they are an alternate timeline. They have to be, but it's like it's like an alternate future or something like that. Because it's supposed to be like Mega Man, then X, then Zero, then ZX, and then Legend. Because Legend's supposed to be like after everything. So this mutagen ooze is just furry juice. I mean, yeah, basically, because the whole point of mutagen is that whatever the last animal a person touched, that's what they mutate into. And if you hadn't touched an animal, then you just turn into like primordial soup. Because that's what happens to Mutagen Man in the 3D Ninja Turtles show. He didn't touch any animals, so he just turned into like a weird blobbish goop thing with like his organs exposed. And it's kind of funny because in the Batman crossover, some of the characters just kind of turned into whatever animal they were kind of representing. Even though some of them were like, okay, I don't recall this character ever actually being involved with an animal, but okay, fuck it. Yeah, pretty much. It's like mutagen. If you get exposed to mutagen, you either become a furry or you pretty much die, or become some hideous creature. And I was like, bitch, give me the furry juice. And it's funny because in the 3D Ninja Turtle show, they had one guy who was basically supposed to be like Chuck Norris. He got exposed to mutagen, and he ended up becoming like a dog. And so Michelangelo nicknamed him Dogbite, I think it was. Or no, Dog Pound. That's what he called him. But then the guy ended up getting mutagen on him again, and then he became Razar, which is a reference from the Ninja Turtles movie. So that was actually kind of cool. I was like, okay, they retweaked him so he could be Razar, but they never had Tokar. I was like, damn it, we need Tokar and Reza. But at least we got one of the two. Yeah, they got Batman. I mean, Batman's eaten pizza before, so that's like nothing super special. But the fact that they got him to do it at all, is fun. And like in Batman Beyond, Terry had gotten that had been spliced with a bat, so he was ending up turning into a Man-Bat, which Man-Bat is already a character in Batman. And then you have fucking Cheetah from Wonder Woman. But then you also have Catwoman, who got turned into an animal at one point. So, see, cartoons don't shy away from furry shit because they know better. Oh, really? Was Toka a giant space turtle later on? Because I know I stopped watching the 3D one after a certain point. I can't remember exactly where I stopped, but I know I want to say the last episode was when what's her name? Fuck, why am I blanking on her name? The ninja chick that was supposed to be Splinter's daughter, but was adopted by Shredder. Fuck, I'm blanking on her name. I think it starts with a K. I am blanking on her name, but I think she got turned into like a snake woman. Karai, I think that was her name. Yeah. There we go. giant fire-breathing space turtle. Okay, yeah, that's way after. If that happened in the 3D turtles, that is way after I stopped. So I don't have a clue what happened after that point. I know at one point they meet Mona Lisa, but that's about as much as I know. Kind of wish they brought back Venus, but I know there were like issues about that at the time. They kind of made like a mild reference to her with the graphics on the turtle van, I think it was, or the Jeep or whatever. Thank you for the follow. I am not saying that. Like I know what some of that means. Form-fitting armor, damn. Right? Oh, they brought in Yojimbo? That's cool. Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, like I know there was like a special movie thing where it was like the apocalypse, or like the apocalypse happened, and like it shows like Raphael getting his ass kicked, and like when he gets thrown into the water, if you look at the bottom of the water, you'll see Mutagen Man's tank, meaning at some point he perished during all the future shit. So it's like really fucked up. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I can probably just move this a little bit more. So, if I do it right here. Yeah, like I saw like some of the extra shit, but yeah, like that series is actually really good. I enjoyed it. At first, I was a little iffy on it in the beginning, but then it definitely got better over time. Like I still remember the episode where they first went to Dimension X, and they realized that how quickly time moves in that dimension compared to their main timeline. And it's like, well, damn, it feels like everything they do is pointless because they could destroy whatever, they could stop whatever plan they do in their dimension, but then once they leave, they basically recover instantly. So it's like, fuck, what do we even do in that situation? Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. I like the fact that Raphael had a hard time remembering what was going on because of the events that happened. And then like Mikey was just kind of like chilling in like the middle of nowhere with like rotted pizza. But yeah, they did a good job. Yeah, right. He's like, okay, I'm gonna chill at this place. It has pretty much everything we need, and he just kind of like went a little crazy. I do like the stories and like the comics, and even in some of like versions of the cartoons where Mikey has been proven to be like the most capable of the group. Because once the others either die or whatever the case may be, he ends up just becoming a badass. So he basically becomes Ronin. And it's like so fucking cool. But it's like super depressing. It's like he finally becomes a badass, but like at what cost? Like he has to literally lose everything to become a badass. I do not like how this is strings out of it. Team in 3. Yeah. Let's fix this. Yeah, Mikey does become, is pretty much a badass. Like even Splinter points this out when during the episode where he says like Mikey doesn't think, and so you see him like avoiding all of Splinter's attacks until he starts paying attention, and then he gets hit. And it's because Mikey has always been in like a zen state for the most part. But it's once he starts like paying attention and all that, that's when stuff happens. But like once he like in other like continuity, once he becomes a Ronin, then he's like 100% serious. But he's like he's like max potential. It's just fucked up the way he gets there. Exactly. I did like the what was it, crossover with the '80s Turtles short movie. I thought that was cool. And then they eventually meet the originals, the Mirage version. That was a good short movie. And they like briefly teased Next Mutation, which was the one with Venus in it. It was like, okay, she was included. They didn't just like exclude her from it. I wish they had leaned like when they brought Venus in the IDW comics. I wish they had leaned more with the whole her being a stitched up zombie type of thing than just giving her all of her knowledge like immediately. It was like a missed opportunity. It was like, ah, you guys set her up so well, and then you just dropped the ball. Because she was supposed to be like the leader of like the clone turtles or whatever the hell they were supposed to be. They were like evil, well, not even evil, but just like rip-off versions. Which, I mean, I guess they were technically evil, but yeah, they're like the white turtles, ninja bands. But yeah, I wish they leaned more on her being like a stitched up zombie, and let her like gradually gain her skills. But nah, they just kind of downloaded all the information into her like pretty much immediately. And I was like, man, you guys had no balls. No balls. Which version of the Shredder from the... Ultron Shredder, Dieter Shredder, Cyberspace Shredder. I mean, I guess I was okay with the Ultron version. The others were just kind of like overdoing it to me. Because it's kind of because when it comes to Shredder, it's like he was already good from the start, like design wise. So anything more than that is a little bit, but it's just like overdoing it. With the exception of Super Shredder, that's like the only time it was cool to make a alternate version of Shredder, or like a powered up version. Because it just feels like after that, it is just over designing a character that was already that already has a good design. It's kind of like Akuma from Street Fighter. It's like, what do you do to a character like that? It's like the most you could do with Akuma is just lean more into like the lone monk style that he kind of is, because like Goken did that in Street Fighter 4, so you're kind of just better off sticking with the same idea. No. I haven't read Turtle stuff in a long ass time. If I did read it, I completely don't remember. Like, I remember the comic where Raphael gets half his face blown off, and he like slowly regenerates it over time. I remember the comic where Raphael becomes the Shredder. I remember that. Or when Donatello's brain, or consciousness, or brain, or whatever, gets put into the Metalhead robot. Like, I remember stuff like that, but it's been a long-ass time since I read Turtle stuff. Like, the most recent Turtle stuff that I read was part of the IDW stuff, and that was only because of Venus being added in. But, like, after the initial comic with Venus, when she gets added in, and they basically just download all the knowledge into her, I kind of lost interest because I was more interested in seeing Venus develop over time. But because they didn't go through with that idea, she kind of just lost appeal after that. So it's kind of like, oh man, who is this Mecha Kazooie? This is a card for the World Gates game. She is the Queen of Hearts. Which, by that logic, I should probably lean more into that on her shield. So let me get rid of these and put a heart. Give her a little bit more heart features. Nah, we already got an ace. Queen of A cups. She doesn't need big titties, damn. She's fine. Got more than enough characters with gigantic titties anyway. Luckily she's not real, she'd smite you for that comment. She's like, bitch, what? Watch her figure out how to manifest in real life. Be like, oh shit, run. No, that'd be the case with fucking Becky. She would just fucking lounge around in my room. She's like, hey loser, what are you doing? You can never have big enough you can never have big enough titties. Oh wait, yeah. Or enough big titties. There's a limit. There's always a limit to something before it becomes less appealing. Yeah, that's true. She'd just be drunk off her ass and naked. Cause I'd be like, why are you naked? And she's like, meh, meh. She's like, that's what you sound like. I'm like, I'm like, god damn it. It's like, I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way. I was like, it's like, I'm the one that drew. And she's like, case in point. And yet, despite all that, that would still be fucking fun if she was here in reality. I'm like, oh my god, I hate you, but this is fun. We're talking about Becky at the moment. Her drunk and naked on a bed. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it happens. Okay, I did put a K on him, so I'll put Queen on her shoulder. Queen Latifah, what the fuck? Okay, smartass. There. You need to change his thing. I know. but you're just gonna. It was just gonna make me think about it, so I just changed it. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. He says as he did change it. Anyway. I have no idea. I'll be honest, I'm just winging a lot of this. So I'm just going with whatever looks cool. Was like, why'd you design it like that? I don't know, I thought it was cool. It's like half the designs of the characters I do. Or like 90% of the characters I've made is like, oh, I thought it was cool. I know, right? Instead of a normal gown, I'll give it like feathers on the bottom. Does she have wings? Unless you're counting this bottom gown thing that I'm doing right now, I would say no. But if you count this, then yes. Where'd I put my Red Bull? Yeah, I'm gonna change her color too, because we already have Ace as red, so don't need two of those. Probably just gonna make her pink since that's closer to the heart motif. Do-do-do. Now I'm just wondering if I should just change her shield to look more like a heart. Probably will. See how my mood is towards the end of this. Becky being the Joker. Nah. She's already got a card. Joker, I was thinking of making it a goat. Or I can always make it a deer. I mean, it's not like I'm picky on the animal necessarily, but definitely want it to look like a jester looking character. Has gotta be careful not to make him look too much like Chaos, because Chaos has the jester look. Dear, you say, you have my attention. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tweak this. Need to bring it out more. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me when I would be open for commissions. I have no idea. If I feel up to it, I'll do another auction thing or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Too good at what I do. I just draw what I want to see. Because if other people aren't doing it, then, or if I haven't found anyone doing it, then might as well just do it myself. It's like the saying goes, if you want something done right, you do it yourself. My point stands. And I'll just tweak that part in a moment. I know one of these days I'll make more outfits. You know what? Let's just. Didn't like how that looked. It's like I can do better. Motherfucking dino nuggies. It's like if you're ever looking for a partner, find someone who can make dino nuggies, and there you go. Jesus fucking Christ, I could have sworn I set the ads to not be not to be this frequent. Could have sworn it was like every half an hour or something. It could not have been in half an hour that already. Like, am I fucking crazy? Maybe like the ads have to be longer in order to be less frequent. have to look into the options again for that. Yeah, but it gets people food on the table. I need to do more stuff for YouTube. I need to try to get 4,000 hours. And even then, it's not exactly a guarantee of anything. But better than not trying. I just need to work on the thing I want to do. If they're into midnight Dino Nuggies. Like, I could see her like roaming or rummaging through the fridge trying to find something, and then comes across Dino Nuggies. She's like, "Fuck yeah!" And that's when Claire sees her, and she's like, "Yeah, she's a keeper." Guess I can do the arrows again, since I remade the shield. Ate all your cheese sticks. Well, at least it went to a good place as you smack her ass. I mean, hey, bacon makes some bubble booties. Just putting it out there. Get that bubble butt. Should do like a April Fool's page or something of Marcy getting skinny, and she's like going to Skylar, going like, "Hey Skylar, look, I lost all that weight," and he's like, "No," and he wakes up, going like, "Huh, Oh, thank God, it was just a dream as he just cuddles up to Marzi's fat ass. Oh, giving Becky non-alcoholic beer will just piss her the fuck off. She'll be like, what the fuck is this? He's like, oh, it's non-alcoholic beer. Get this health crap away from me. That's why she brings a flask. Just in case shit like that happens. Zero beer, 0% beer equals sad soda. Yeah, pretty much. Should be like, the fuck is this? Jump universes just to go get a beer. Just goes and steals one from Homer. Homer gets home goes to his fridge to grab a beer and finds them all missing. He's like, "What happened to all the beer?" And then it just cuts to Becky with his stolen beer, just drinking it. And then just for comedic effect, she burps, but it's like the same sound effect burp that you hear from Barney. I mean, it must have been a really good ass sandwich if you're gonna go that far for one. I'd say it was worth it. Shit, I've done that where I've driven like down the hill to for an hour drive or whatever, just so I could go to Coldstone with a friend. I was like, fuck this, we're going to Coldstone because like they got rid of the one where we lived, and so the closest one was like down the hills, and we're like, fuck this, we're going to Coldstone. So we drove an hour just to get some fucking ice cream. and it was worth it. Fuck yeah, like if it's something you want, you go fucking get it. To find a Reuben sandwich? Hell yeah. It's like when you it's basically the same for me when I go to like different fast food places. It's like, man, it's like, nah, different places are good for different shit. So even though like 3 places will sell a chicken sandwich, only one of them is better than the other 2. And you'll always go to that same place for it. It's like, you know better. You're like, oh, they got chicken sandwiches, and it's like, no, man, that's the shit one because we're at this store. We're gonna go to the other one. How do I want to go about this? Do it this way. Should you like this? And then probably go like that. Actually, let's change that up. Oh, I'm being assaulted by Chihuahua. Well, you shouldn't have been comfortable. That's your mistake. Walmart is no longer stocks my favorite. Man, I got pissed off when 7-Eleven stopped selling or just in general, places stopped selling the Shack version of Arizona iced tea, and I was upset. I was like, what the fuck? How are they not gonna sell this anymore? It was delicious, and I miss it so. I would buy like 4 of those things. Like, bitch, these things are only $1? Hell yeah. And they were tall too. They were big ass cans. Man, that was a loss I was not ready for. Exactly. See, this is why we need the ability to jump to different timelines when certain decisions weren't done. It's like, oh, here's the universe where the Shack flavors of Arizona iced tea were still available. Or here's the timeline where Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't fucking retcon a bunch of cards instead of just making new ones. Because why the fuck would you do that? It's like, oh, well, we brought back the iconic, you know, Sangan and Crush Card virus. It's like, yeah, but they're not the same card. So you might as well have just made new cards. They don't even function the same. It's like, what the hell? Fucking cowards. Anyway. Like, I will never do that for my card game. If I feel something needs to be nerfed or whatever, I will just ban one version of the card and create another one. I won't desecrate the card by bringing it back, but then retconning its effect. Like, who the hell does that? Can't stomach Sunny D. Damn, man. It's like, oh, we got some purple stuff, some soda. Oh, Sunny D, alright. I wonder if Gula's ice cream parlor would invoke similar pilgrimage from... I'm sure it would. You're like, damn, Gula's ice cream is good. I wonder how she makes it, and then you realize it's coming from her directly. You're literally eating her cream. Her bodily fluids. Her slime. And because she knows ice magic, that's how she can manipulate it. I know, like, it's basically just like Slurm. But it's fine. She lives in a slime community. They'll eat that shit. Fix this. Yeah, sure. There'd be a situation where that might happen, or at least enough where they pass the fuck out, and she just gives them their own private booth to indulge in. Becky, what places doesn't have ended up after drinking too much? Becky just bent over a stall or some shit. I don't know. Or she goes home while drunk, but ends up at her boyfriend's. And he's just like, Rebecca, what the hell are you doing here? Like, oh, what are you doing in my house? And he's like, Becky, you're at my place. And she's like, oh, well, I'm staying here for the night. And she just fucking waltzes in. And she doesn't even, like, make it to, like, his bedroom or anything. She just collapses on his couch, just face down, ass up. And he, like, tries not to stare at her ass. just like, he's like, Jesus Christ. He's like, this is gonna be a night. For Tiffany, instead of being paired up with a football player, paired up with a nerd at chess club. Yeah, I can see that. And like, Tiffany's not 100% a bitch, because if she was, I'm pretty sure Tree Star wouldn't be friends with her. But there's always a reason behind why she acts the way she acts. Yeah, let's make that better. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just adding in shit. Is any of this necessary? Probably not. Honestly, all I'm doing is just adding more work for myself. It's like, oh, well, bitch, you gotta color that too. I was like, yay! That is the curse of being an artist. Whatever you draw, you gotta finish it. How would Tiffany feel about the nerd? Kind of curious what she would mean. I mean, that's basically just the storyline with another character where she ends up becoming nice to like a nerdy bestial, well, semi-nerdy. He's not like too nerdy, but like nerdy enough. And she was like a total bitch to him, and she ends up getting cursed and becomes like this hideous monster. But like to him, she's like perfectly fine still. But to her, she's like thinks that she needs to do whatever she can to break the curse. Alright. Take your time. I know you got work soon. I'll probably get going for like another few minutes. Or like maybe a half an hour or so, and then I'll probably call it for the night. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nerds are awesome. I know beds are too comfy. There are times where I'm in bed and I'm just like, I don't want to get up, but I know I gotta do shit. Depending on my mood, I'll like give myself a time limit. It's like, alright, you can sleep until this time, but then after that we have to get up. And then the time comes and I'm like, damn it. If you see my avatar in Discord, Nerdy Raccoon. Yeah, I mean, we have Revenge of the Nerds, so we all understand. We all remember that scene where the nerd has sex with that one girl, and then she's like, "Holy shit, he was amazing." And they're like, "What? Like, how can you be so good at sex?" Like, well, I'm a nerd. That's all we ever think about. So this makes the whole scenario fun. I should watch that movie again. That movie was great. Such a fun movie. You think there's an alternate timeline where Tiffany's fat? I mean, yes. By the logic of infinite timelines, the answer would have to be yes. Just like somewhere, in some way, at some time, at some point, everyone is Batman. There's a timeline somewhere where everyone is Batman. Oh yeah, I'm sure Tails is amazing in bed. I mean, come on, he's got 2 tails. He's bound to be able to be doing something crazy. Tiffany will probably charm the nerd to do most of the time. Oh yeah, definitely. If I was just being realistic with like Tiffany being paired with a nerd character, she would definitely show off her assets. She'd probably fuck him too if they got an A. She's like, all right, nerd. And like, if we get an A, I'll totally ride your ass. And he's like, really? He's like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I keep my word, or I keep my promises. They ace it. She's like, all right. And then I don't know. Probably goes to his place because she definitely doesn't want to bring him to her place. Or just bang him in the locker room. I don't know. Whatever makes the most fucking sense. To be fair, she'd probably just do it at his house because make it comfortable and be fair enough where it's like, all right, he earned it. Oh yeah, like Tiffany ain't the type to make false promises like that. Yeah, she would definitely reward him for his service. And then if like any rumors happen or whatever, she'd just be honest with you. You're like, "Oh, are you dating so and so?" She's like, "Nope." So nope, he did me a solid, so I did him a solid. Ah. Exactly. And then, honestly, as long as he's not like dumb enough to try to start rumors or some shit, then they'll be cool. She'll be like, "Oh yeah, that guy, yeah, he's cool." She'll probably like if she was ever in charge of like a party or something somewhere, she'd definitely remember to invite him. Like I could totally see him like being nervous, thinking that she wouldn't remember him or something. She's like, "Oh hey," probably give him a little peck on the cheek or something, just to kind of egg him on a little, but then like definitely invite him. And then her friends would be like, "Who the hell is that?" It's like, "Oh, that's the guy that helped me with that project." Like I could see Tiffany maybe not remembering his name, but she definitely like remember what he did and all that. But to be fair, Tiffany likely would remember his name. I don't think she would purposely forget him. Not unless she's just like super pissed off or just being a total bitch and just doesn't give a shit. But I don't see her doing that. Not without a reason, at least. Okay. I think I got most of this. And give her a tail just for the fuck of it. Remember the movie Fanboys? Like, that's not my art to teach you. Yeah, I remember that movie. That was a good movie. Nah, I would say she wouldn't care about Star Wars. She'd probably be really uninterested in it. Jesus Christ, another goddamn ad. Like, has it really been a half an hour already? I guess so. Damn, 30 minutes, this goes fucking fast. I mean, I know I'm drawing, but shit. I don't need that. I'll just leave it like that. Is there anything more I want to do? I'll give her like some tassels in the back. Oh, holy shit, I have not saved this entire fucking time. I should probably do that. I went an hour and a half without saving. That's like fucking suicide for artists. It's like, what, you got a fucking death wish? Okay, I was just checking something. Or like, that's like, no, that's like playing fucking Russian roulette by drawing without saving. Just like, oh, anything can happen. Your computer might turn off, or might shut down, or the power might go out. Be like, no. Or Skynet could take over as well. I mean, I guess. I'll be like, hey Skynet, could you just let the artists go? We're not doing anything. Let the artists and the furries go, there we go. No, the artists, the furries, and goths. And metalheads. And people who are into rock. Mostly metal, though. Yeah, there we go. That sounds logical. It's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? It's like, oh well, humans are violent. Yeah, but we're artists. We're not. We're too busy making shit. And plus, you know, come on, sex bots. We'll make artwork of sex bots. There we go. Like, hold on. Now that I've said that, I need to look something up. Tell me this is a thing. Oh my god, it is not a thing. Huh. Note to self. Get in on that. That's supposed to be a skirt made of feathers. Is cool. Yeah, it's basically what it is. And I've done this before with other characters. Like, let me find him. Old ass picture. Where are you? Excuse me. Like, I've done it with this character. So, like, here's his first form. He has, like, feathers all over himself, kind of like a Venus flytrap type of thing. And then here he is again. Just, like, I don't know, fucking tentacle shit. I don't know. Look, I just drew shit and threw it together. Not trying to make logic out of everything. I just thought it was cool. It's like, why would you do that? Because it's cool. I do not like the way I did her hands. Her hand looks like shit. I am sure that people have FAP 0 somewhere. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point. I'm sure somebody has. Logically. It's like, I'm sure at some point somebody has. All they need to do is just read the pages about Skylar fawning over Marcy's weight gain, and there you go. Sure, they'll press some buttons. Marcy's all reliable. There you go. Good. Means I did something right. It's like, man, I need to look at some good old weight gain. Look at Marcy. I'm like, yep. Can't go wrong there. At least that's how I'd like to think of it. That's how I'd like to think of the first I had. It's like, all right, did I do a good enough job that that's what somebody will go back to it for, even if it's old? And if the answer is yes, then I've done my job. And I do just not like how I did her hands on this side. And I don't know what to do about it. It's hard to tell if it's because of that elbow or if it's because of something else. Well, first I need to establish where the fuck her wrist is gonna be. Because I'd imagine... Okay, I need to just take my time and break it down. There. So that's her fucking wrist. Now I gotta decide if it's facing one direction or another. Mace has a rose scepter. Yeah, could do that. So let's remove all this. Or actually, I don't have to do that. Could never do it like this. They all have been weaponless. Well, King has his claws, and then Ace is just speedy or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be doing. But she actually has a shield in her original art, so at least it would make sense for her to have some kind of offensive weapon if she's gonna bother having a shield. Or I could just give her like a regular scepter, so make her more of a spellcaster. That would actually make sense. this a bit. Actually, that's fine. Can't say without a doubt that there are an infinite number of universes that sound like your own, but why don't you? Yeah. I would like to believe there are multiverses. Makes life slightly less boring. I only say slightly because it's not like we're gonna ever experience that. And like, even if things like time travel does exist, we'll never know about it because because the only way time travel could work is if time is not linear and it spreads out into different timelines once a event changes. Because if it is linear, we'll never know because time is constantly in flux and we won't know what's been affected because it'll be a part of our history forever. So multiple timelines have to be a thing, or else, assuming time travel is even a thing, it can't function the way we think it would. And that leans into multiverses. Yeah, exactly. Multiple timelines. It has to be that way because it can't. If it's linear, we'll never know any changes, and then we'll never experience the multiverses because those are different times where different decisions and stuff like that were done. So we'll never know what happened. Fix that. Or does it look like that? Yeah, I guess it does. I'll leave it alone because I'm doing too much. At some point I should make a card called Save the Queen. And do some weird effect or something like that. It's like, oh, return Royal Knight's Queen to your hand and blah 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 happens. What was that mace that I was looking at? There we go. I gotta rotate this for that. Looks like shit. Oh, I'm glad you do. I mean, all I really do is just ramble on about whatever nonsense that I'm interested in. So, thank you for following along with my ranting and sticking around. So half the time I'm just bitching about whatever. I gotta fix it up, but it's about there. Would probably help if I merge the layer. There we go. Nope, I have never seen anything of Dune. I know of it, but I know nothing about it. Yeah, maybe I'll check them out sometime. I've heard decent things about it. The scope of them is what makes them feel. I'll have to check it out. I read the book a million years ago, but you don't really need the background knowledge. No homework required. Ah, yes, the ancient texts. There was a joke like that during a stream where one of the streamers I watched found like old written down instructions on how to unlock Akuma in X-Men Children of the Atom. And it was just like old paper that he wrote down the code for back when arcades were still around. Or well, back when arcades were like popular. And the code still worked, and if everyone in chat was like, "Oh, the ancient text." The ancient scriptures. Let's darken this a bit. Give her hips some room. Or give her figure some room. A little too much. There we go. And I think I'm good. Compared to King. Move her in the middle. She's gonna need room in case something happens with the artwork for when I put it on a card. Alright, so that's Queen. I still need to color her, but that's pretty much where what she's gonna look like. She's mostly gonna be pink. I could do yellow, you know, do the primary colors, since Jack will either be yellow or green if I don't go through with it, but I could make her yellow, but this kind of makes less sense. But pink will probably be her color. And I can always make Jack green, and I don't know, maybe 10 will be yellow or something. Whatever I decide. Grim Adventure Billy Mandy. Oh, really? If they did make references, I have no idea what those references were. Found a little notebook full of cheat codes. Yep. I probably have cheat codes written somewhere. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming. I'll see about streaming early tomorrow. If not, then I'll try to... I don't know what I'll do with time. It's either going to be like in the afternoon or evening again, but if I'm in the mood for doing a early morning one, then I will. See where the night takes me. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total oblivion. Yeah, I agree with that. A few shows have referenced Juno. Oh, really? Peter Puppy for Earthworm Jim? I did not know that. I like Peter Puppy though. But yeah, I'll have to check it out, because I'm pretty sure if I watch Dune, I'm probably going to pick up on some of the references that I've seen throughout the years. So I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming. I will see you guys again tomorrow, alright? I'll keep working on whatever the hell I'm working on, and then upload when I upload. But yeah, you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys next time, alright? Bye-bye. And have a good day at work, Alex, if you're going to work. Take care.